Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This class will be cutting a bubu dress, like a bubu gown. I'm using 3 yards of crepe fabric. We'll be needing our armhole core, our long broom, of course our tailor's chalk, our measuring tape, and our scissors, our fabric scissors. I finished ironing mine. Make sure you press your fabric before cutting. So I finished ironing mine. We'll be cutting the front and the back together. First of all, I'm checking if the length is up to, because my length is 55. So I will check if it's up to. So if it's not, then I have to turn it. But if it's for a fabric that has patterns, you know there are some fabric that has patterns, you have to work with the pattern. So I'm checking if it's up to 50. I'll be adding 2 inches or 1 inch, 55. Yeah, this is up to, so I'm good to go. I'll start off by folding my fabric into 2. I'm folding into 2. I folded into 2, then I folded into 2 again, that is into 4, which we are cutting both the front and the back. I'll quickly arrange the fabric to be straight. Alright guys, I folded my fabric. I folded it into 4, and I used the shoulder measurement that I'm working with and the length of my sleeve. It will be a got together sleeve. So I added 14 inches because the sleeve will get to the client's elbow. Now I folded into 4. I folded into 2, please. And I folded another 2. So I'll be ruling out our reference line, that which is our guideline. Our guideline. So all our measurements will be coming from this. We start from this guideline that we just ruled. Now the next thing you do is you rule out the length of your dress. I'm ruling out the length of bubu dress. So we are working with 55 plus 2 inches. So 57 is what we are working with. I'm ruling out 57. And I'll roll it across. So the next thing I'll be doing is bringing down our measurements. I always say that to get your chest line or your bust or your armhole line, you divide your round bust circumference. You're dividing it by 6 plus 1.5 and plus another 1 inch. Your round bust divided by 6, whatever you get, you add 2.5 to it. Now the round bust I'll be working with is 33. Now the round bust I'm working with is 33. 33 divided by 6 plus 1.5 plus 1 is 8 inches. So these clients have her chest line or her armhole line, her armhole point is 8 inches. When you do this, you will not have issue with armhole. Because this is a Bubu dress, it shouldn't be exactly on the armhole. It shouldn't be very tight on the armhole. So while adding your curve should come down a little bit. This is the chest line, and the bust point you are working with is 11 inches. And the waist we are working with is 18 inches. I'll connect the lines. The hip we are working with is 25. The hip point is 25 inches. So our shoulder divided by 2 will have 7 inches. I'll be adding ½ inch to 7 inches. Then the sleeve length from the shoulder, I'll do 13.5. We'll be working with the neck width of 4 inches for both front and back. That's for the width. Now for the front, we are working with the front. For the back, for the length of our neck, the back will be 3.5 and the front will be 5 inches. Hope that is clear. Now I'll connect the lines. So I'll connect. For the back and for the front. Now our round hip divided by 4 gave us 9.5, and I'm adding 3 inches to this. I'm adding 3 inches to this for the round hip divided by 4. Gave us 9.5. I'm adding 3 inches. We'll use 1 inch for our sewing allowance and 2 inches as is. Our round waist is 8 inches, which, yeah, I'm adding 3 inches, we might not be needing that. Our round bust is 8.25. I'm adding 3 inches to it. You're bringing it down to. You are bringing down the same thing to the full length. Whatever you have on your hip, you bring it down to the full length. Now for the neck, for the shoulder, the shoulder will be bringing down our shoulder slope of 1 inch. Our shoulder slope of 1 inch. I came down by 1 inch at the length, like our sleeve length. I came down by 1 inch. So I'll be connecting it straight to our neck width. I'll connect it straight to our neck width. Came down by 1 inch as our shoulder slope. I'm connecting it from our sleeve length to our neck width. So I'll connect our lines. So I connected the waist to our hip. Now whatever we have on the hip, we'll bring it down. So I'm connecting it down. Let me be sure, I don't want to make any mistakes, so I'm still bringing what we have at the hip down. Here, I'll be coming down to get to our bust line. Then I'll bring it down. You see what I did? I brought down our sleeve. I brought it down. So from there, I came down, like I came into our bust line. I brought it down to connect with our waist. And yeah, we are good to go. We can cut now. The next thing I'll do is I'll be taking out one of the piece. I'll just hide it in. That will be our back. Then I'll cut out our front neck. Make sure you're not cutting the back neck. So that is it. This is our back, and the outside one is our front. The next thing I'll do is cut out a facing. I wouldn't want to use a biased strip. I'm using a facing for it. So we're cutting out our facing. I'll be folding the fabric again to cut out our facing. I'll use one of this. So I'll just trace out whatever neckline we have. And it depends on how many inches you want your facing to be. You can do 2 inches. You can do 4 inches. I think I will do 4 inches for this. So you check how many inches you want. Like I said, I want 4 inches. I want my facing to be 4 inches. So I'll check 4 inches here. I think 4 inches is quite big. I'll do 3 inches. 4 inches looks very big for it. So you can take it out and you're coming down with the same 3 inches. You take 3 inches, round it. Like you're taking 3 inches round. But if you want 4 inches, if you want 2 inches, you'll be doing 2 inches. I'll cut it out. I'll do the same thing for the back. Then we'll move to cutting. Then we'll move to sewing. Sorry. Move to joining them together. Please make sure you pin the one, whatever one you cut out, you pin it down so you won't misplace it with the other one. You won't mistake it to the other piece. I'll cut it out, then we start joining. Alright, what I'll do first now, we are going to start joining them together. I'll be taking my facing. You'll do front to front. So you turn the front and you're sewing the front. So this is what we'll do. I'll go and run it on a 1/2 inch. I'll do the same thing for the other one. After doing that, I'll turn it over and give it a good press. So I've finished joining our facing. So this is the neckline. I've finished joining the facing. Now the next thing we'll do is to join our shoulder to our sleeve by placing the back on the front to front. So I'll be pinning them down. All through to the sleeve. We'll do the same thing for both sides. After after doing that, I finished pinning down. So I'll join the shoulder to the sleeve, then I'll fold in our sleeve. We can do and you can do 1/2 inch for the folding or 1 inch for the folding, but I'll be doing 1/2 inch or double 1/2 inch in twice and run. Now for the sleeve, we'll join here 1/2 inch. When you come, we'll go in by 1 inch and run down 1 inch. Remember, we added 1 inch as our side allowance, then 2 inches for our ease. So that's what I'll be doing. 1/2 inch all through, then 1 inch down on both sides to join them. Then we'll fold it down. That's all. Alright guys, this is the final look. This is the outcome of our dress, of our Bubu gown. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next class. Bye.